Hello everybody, it's Stefan Joubert here from the Stefan Joubert Guitar Academy, and in today's video lesson I want to be talking to you about the chords of the major scale, and I believe this is a video that every single guitar player needs to watch and needs to understand. Along with the material, if you look in the description, there's some tablature that you can download, you can follow along, but it's a crucial part of playing. Now you may think this is just another video on the chords of the major scale. It is, but it's also showing you in a practical way how to play that in the guitar on all the open chord voicings. So you will have things that you can take back with you and play whenever you play in a band. You can use those chords. And this, I'm just going to focus on triads here. So this is not going to be jazzified. This is going to be basic, more pop rock, but certainly the gist of it can be applied to all styles. So let's just start with the C major. And in C major, what we're going to start with is we're just going to start with the construction of the scales. I'm going to do the C on the second string first fret there. I'm just going to show you from there. I'm moving up 2, and that's called a tone. I'm moving up 2. That's a tone. Then it's a semitone. Then a tone, 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 semitone. Okay? I'm not going to go into details on this because I want you to learn the chords, but I'll just show you we're busy with string group 2, 5, meaning I'm playing the root notes on the second and the fifth string of the guitar. And from there, if I move that up, it's tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Now a tone is equal to 2 semitones. If I just play a semitone, it's the smallest possible movement, but I'm going from there to 2 semitones, which is a tone. So the construction of the major scale is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. In the next video, which I'll make next time, I will show this in detail on how we form the chords. In this video, however, I don't want to do that. I want to go through the chords itself. The first thing you need to know is the chords are as follows. 1 is a major chord. 2 and 3 are both minors. 4 and 5 are both majors. Let's repeat that again. We are in the key of C major. The first chord is major. Second and third is minor. Fourth and fifth is major. Okay, so you've got major, minor, minor, major, major. The last two works like this. The sixth one, which is the relative minor, is a minor chord. So that will be A in the key of C, A minor. And then lastly, the seventh one is the odd one out in the family. And that is the B diminished, which sounds like this. It's this type of shape. And it's kind of like a dark type of sound. And it wants to resolve. So let's get into it. And let's take a look at the chords of C major using the C major open chord configuration. So 1 is C major. 2 is D minor. 3 is E minor. 4 is F major. 5 is G major. 6 is A minor. 7 is going to be B diminished. And then 8, which is the same as 1, is C major. Now, this is all part of C major, but what I've done is when I did the shape of C major going upwards, I flattened the third, I took the open strings width, and I came up with this as a solution for the minor. Because that's one of the easiest ways to play the minor as a sort of C bar chord shape. I use the word bar chord because with the E shapes you'll use the real bar chords, but I mean just the configuration of the C major. So if I had to play a C minor there, it would be like this. A little difficult to play, but this is the solution for the 2 chord of the C major. I'll take you through the chords one more time. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C major. Let's take it back as well. Root note is on the second string, B diminished. After that we've got A minor. Remember the A is the sixth, which is the relative minor. G major, 4 F major, 3 E minor, 2 D minor, back to 1 C major. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for being with me to date. So if you do like the video, please leave a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. Please share the video. If there's someone you know who is learning the guitar, I think this is something that they should add into their baby steps of playing the guitar. The understanding of the chords through key. Because remember, if you play with a musician and they say, let's do a 1, 6, 4, 5 progression, they would mean let's do a C major, which is 1, then a 6, which is A minor, and then a 4, which is F major, and then a 5, which is G major. And that would be a 1, 6, 4, 5 progression. So this is going to be very relevant for anyone wanting to play music. Next up, I'll show you the alternate way for the C major. So 1 C major, 2 D minor, 3 E minor, 4 F major, 5 G major, 6 A minor, 7 B diminished, 1 C major. Coming back down, 7 B diminished, 6 A minor, 5 G major, 4 F major, 3 E minor, 2 D minor, 1 C major. And you can download in the description the tab below, play along. That's dealing with the C major configuration. Now let's go to the D major. Now we're in the key of D major. Firstly, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. We've got 2 sharps here, F sharp and C sharp. When I teach my students music theory, I show them also how to write this in notation. If you want to be a complete musician, you should be able to do that, to say, I operate in the key of D major / B minor. Let's get into the chords. Open D major. Now we're going to use the E minor shape. The E minor chord using the open D minor shape moved up to the 2nd fret. So that's the 2nd chord E minor. 3rd chord F sharp minor. 4th chord G major. 5th chord A major. This is the dominant in the key of C. 6th chord B minor. 7th chord C sharp diminished. 8th chord D major. 7th chord C sharp diminished. You'll notice I take it back as well because it helps you to internalize it. 6th chord B minor, also known as the relative minor. 5th chord A major. 4th chord G major. 3rd chord F sharp minor. 2nd chord E minor. 1st chord D major. Then, something beautiful. I'll take the D major chord, 1st string over to the 6th string. So I'm playing a D major with an F sharp in the bass. And we're going to take that up in a bar shape. I use the word bar because it comes from E major that you take up in a bar, but it means taking the open string up on the neck, okay? So D major with an F sharp in the root, so it's 1 with a 3rd in the bass. Now it's the 2nd chord, E minor, with a minor 3rd in the bass. I've got a minor 3rd, a root, a perfect 5th, and a root. 3rd chord F sharp minor, minor 3rd, root, 5th, and a root. 4th chord G major. 5th chord A major, with a 3rd in the bass. Relative minor coming up, B minor with a D in the bass. So it's a 3rd in the bass. And then C sharp diminished, with a minor 3rd in the bass, back to D major with a 3rd in the bass. Coming back down, C sharp diminished, B minor, A major, G major, and you'll see this string group 2/4 around all the time. Okay, then we're going to go to the next one over there. So here in the G minor section, then we go to the F sharp minor, which is the 3rd, E minor, which is the 2nd, and then the D major, which is the 1st. So when you do this, something you can do is play it and then play the pentatonic. So either the D major or B minor pentatonic. And even the major scale. show you that if you can play the chords and then play the pentatonic scales around it, you can combine the two and you can see key as well, like, or even the D major scale as well. So you can combine the modes or the scales and the pentatonic and the chords and the mixture and really get to hone in on the key. Next up, we've done the D1 now. Let's go now to E major. And as always, thank you for watching the video with me. Please do subscribe. Please do leave a thumbs up. If you want some private one-to-one tuition, get in touch with me and we'll take your playing forward. So, E major. So, you know, you can go through the scale again. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. You'll notice it's E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. You'll notice you've got an F sharp and a G sharp, a C sharp and a D sharp. If you look at the 5 lines, you'll see an F sharp thrown, C sharp thrown, G sharp thrown, and a D sharp thrown. And you will see on them it goes in rows: F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, D sharp. If you look at the actual notation, you have these rows in the music. So, well worth it to learn the notation. Even if you want to pick up some theory with me, get in touch. Let's improve your playing and understanding. 1 is E major. 2 is F sharp minor. 3 is G sharp minor. 4 is A major. 5 is B major. 6 is C sharp minor. Now here we come to a problem, the diminished, because there's a couple of ways to skin this cat. I'm just going to play it like this. Difficult to play. I'm playing 11, 10, 11, 11. Hard to play, but I could just play 3 notes. Or I could also do 11, 12, 13, 14. Sounds a bit harsh, that to my ear. Or I could play 11, 12, 10, 14. Difficult one not to let other things ring out. I think it depends on the situation. I might play that with my hybrid picking using my fingers, but it's certainly not one that you can easily strum. The small chord there you can, which is 11, 10, 11, if you're playing with a bass player, but sometimes the diminished is a problem. Maybe just 3 notes and then you take it back to 1 E major, 7, D sharp diminished, 6, also known as the relative minor, which is your pentatonic scale, C sharp minor, 5 B major, 4 A major, 3 G sharp diminished, sorry, G sharp minor, 2nd F sharp minor, and then back home to 1 E major. Next up, let's make the chords smaller. 1 E major, 2 F sharp minor, 3 G sharp minor, 4 A major, 5 B major, 6 C sharp minor, and then 7 D sharp diminished. You can use just that if you like, or you can add that in there. It's difficult to play. Going to E major. You can play it, you just have to be awake, really focused on you getting to play that one. So now C sharp minor, B major, A major, G sharp minor, F sharp minor, back home to E major. And you can play in the key then. C sharp minor pentatonic scale. I'm going for the next Lydian mode. Back to the Lydian mode, which is all the same as the Ionian mode. that's the idea. You get to know these chords, you jam around, you get to combine them with the pentatonic scale as well as the modes, and you can have a big jam just with them. Let's go to the A major. 1 A major, 2 B minor, 3 C sharp minor, 4 D major, which you can play either like this, that's my bar chord option, or just that, playing just the 3 with a kind of like a bar on all. 5 E major, relative minor, F sharp minor, which is our pentatonic scale. Then the G sharp, and this one I want to talk about. This one is one you can actually strum. It's 12, 13, 12, 11. The G sharp diminished, which again, if you download the tablature, you can find it there, to A major. G sharp diminished, F sharp minor, A major, D major, C sharp minor, B minor, back to A major. Now, I can also use the 3-note chords. A major, just 3 notes. B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp major, G sharp diminished, A major, G sharp diminished, F sharp minor, sorry, this is a minor, not a major, E major, D major, which is the 4th chord, C sharp, which is the 3rd, B, which is the 2nd. Combine that with the F sharp pentatonic scale, F sharp minor pentatonic scale. One could just have ounces of fun with these things. Okay, we've done everything except G major. G major has got just one sharp, F sharp, which is below the root. So G, 1, 2. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. As a musician, you need to be able to draw this out on that G clef and put the F sharp in there and see that visually in your mind as well, especially if you work with other musicians. 1 G major, 2 is A minor, 3 is B minor, 4 is C major, 5 is D major, 6 is E minor. Then we come to the diminished, which I think the solution for is like this. That is the F sharp diminished, which is interesting because it's like a D7 but with an A in the bass. So basically what I'm telling you is the 7th degree is the same as the 5 dominant. Something to think about. Okay, so you've got there the 7th degree, the F sharp diminished, back to 1 or 8, which is the G major, then the F sharp diminished, then the 6th one, which is the relative minor, E minor, then the D major, then the C major, then the B minor, then the A minor, back home to the G major. And same thing we could do like this. And we use the E minor pentatonic to improvise. And then, of course, you could also do G major, A minor, B minor, and you could play the majors like this as well. It's a bit of a filler one with a third in the bass, E minor, and again, F sharp diminished to G. And if you really want, you could do G major 1, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, G major. So there you've got it. Thank you as always for taking your time to listen to me, to listen to some of the things I want to share. I think this is one of these lessons you need to understand and go and jam this on your guitar. Even if you're a more advanced player, maybe some of these chords you haven't tried them out yet, and they work very, very well. Because a lot of times as a guitarist, when you play with others in a band, you're not necessarily going to just play all the cool lead stuff. You might need to do a lot of rhythm stuff or some picking, and that's where these chords can really come in handy. As always, thank you for that thumbs up. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for your comments. Please do write to me on the YouTube channel, because when you write, I can respond and I feel the thing is alive, and I like the two-way interaction. So please do. And as always, I wish you the best in your guitar playing, and have a great day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will speak with you in the next video. Goodbye. Bye-bye.